is huge. It's like baby-sized. Hey, thanks for joining me for another episode of Video Breakdown, the show where I reverse engineer a content creator style to see how hard or how easy the process is. Why do we do this inherently uncreative idea? Well, because it's fun. Now, so far on Video Breakdown, we've made a new cocktail, sang a cappella, made cold brew, modded a console, and set up a full green screen multicam scenario. So this time, we're gonna do something a bit simpler. Eating food. And the way in which we're gonna do that is by focusing on a channel called ProZD, or ProZD, because I'm in Canada. Sungwon is his name. Sungwon has 3.8 million subscribers at the moment and almost 2,000 videos. He does skits, board game reviews, even song videos, and a wide variety of other types. But today we're gonna be focusing on his Let's Try Food series, where he sits down, eats, and ranks a variety of different flavors of one type of food. I'm thinking and, well, hoping that this is gonna be probably the easiest episode of Video Breakdown so far, because basically he just sits in one spot and tries food for like, I don't know, an hour? I did always wonder how long it takes him to sit down and eat all that food, and also how long it takes him to eat the remainder after he sits down and eats like one bite from each package. And so today I'm gonna find that out, along with the help of my wife. She's gonna join me here today. Do you wanna poke your head in? Hi. So let's head over, do some research, and see what his style is all about. Okay, so as you can see, pretty basic cinematography going on here. Basically just sits in front of the camera, much like I was doing just now. Grabs the food from off screen, usually shows the packaging, takes a bite, gives it a rating afterwards, and moves on. Sometimes it's like 10 different flavors, sometimes it's 39. I'm hoping for at least 6 or so. He's got a little bit of music in the background and a very simple graphic that pops up when he gives his letter grade. All right, that's pretty much it. Rather simple. I've already brainstormed a little bit on what product I want to try. I was looking for something that's unique, that there's a lot of flavors of, and that I haven't necessarily tried all of the flavors already. So what I'm going after today is all the different kinds of President's Choice flavors of chips. For those who don't know, President's Choice, or PC as we call it, is a pretty popular and well-known grocery store brand of foods that has some pretty tasty products, including one of my favorite chocolate chip cookies of all time, the Decadent. Don't try the Decadent soda though, it's disgusting. And in the past, I've seen them have some pretty creative and interesting chip flavors, but I haven't tried them in a while, so we're gonna go to the grocery store, hope that I can find, I'm hoping for at least 6 different varieties, maybe more. And we're gonna try them all, rate them, and see which one comes out on top and which one belongs back in the store. Speaking of which, it's time to go on a field trip and spend way too much money on potato chips. All right, we're here at the local Loblaws, looking out for the chips. All right, we got Korean barbecue, Nashville hot, taco. I'm starting to get hungry. Lots of kettle cooked flavors. Probably avoid the tortilla chips and just stick with potato. Filipino adobo. This is huge. It's like baby-sized. And it's wet. My backup, if there wasn't enough chip flavors, was going to be to try all the different kinds of chocolate. Kind of sad that I won't get to do that now. Okay, so I was hoping for 6, ended up with 13. Not bad. Now, normally I'm the kind of person who pays the absolute minimum for chips, tries to get the cheapest one possible, so $46 is not what I'm used to spending on chips, but honestly, I thought it was gonna be a lot more. All right, time to get home and stop being so hungry. Okay, I've got my camera and lighting set up, and to follow the lead of Sungwon, it is officially t-shirt time. Now in these videos, Sungwon normally doesn't have a visible microphone. In fact, I think he just uses in-camera audio, but because I don't have 2 lavs and just for the fun of it, we're gonna set up our podcast audio. Okay, audio is sounding good. I got Hannah here with me. You comfortable?
Yep.
Awesome. So the very last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick out sort of an order to put these in so that it hopefully goes from least interesting to most interesting. I think that'll just make the most sense.
My mouth is watering just looking at them. I'm so hungry.
I think we're ready. Here we go. Okay, today we're gonna try 13 different flavors of PC potato chips. They always have kind of kooky different. Okay.
I would say you don't have to be too enthusiastic because Sungwon is very mellow about it.
That's my goal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try not to get too excited about these chips.
Yeah.
I want to start with original, but original's kettle cooked, and I was gonna move from like the standard to the kettle cooked.
Well, I'm eyeing sour cream and onion flavor.
I know you are. Okay, we'll start with dill.
Okay.
I don't know if you're typically a dill pickle gal. I think I like dill a little more than you.
So I like dill. It's not always a go-to, but I think it would be a chip that I would reach for over barbecue. And like
over barbecue, interesting.
If this was at like a party or if like I was at like an outdoor picnic at a pavilion, I would throw like a handful of these on my plate, eat it with like a sandwich. It is delicious. Not blowing my mind, but it is good.
Put that over there.
I personally love to be punched with the flavor. So we'll see. Yummy.
Good. Hannah,
Delicious.
seal of approval?
Absolutely. I also love a ruffle chip. I'm not as into like non-ruffle. I'll eat it, but
Really? Ruffle's
yeah.
your personal favorite?
If I have a choice, then I would be getting sour cream and onion with ruffle.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I think we're just used to like dollar store sour cream and onion, whereas like if you were to get like Lay's or any of the name brands, like this is what it tastes like. It tastes like a barbecue chip. If this were at a party, I would eat like a handful, but yeah, I'm not gonna run out and buy it.
Right. Now we got loads of ketchup, a classic Canadian flavor. I'm pretty protective about my ketchup chips. I love ketchup chips.
And I'm not a huge all dress fan, like it's fine. It's kind of like barbecue mixed with sour cream and onion kind of flavor. It's like mid-tier.
We usually get the inexpensive Walmart brand because I can't be bothered to pay more. And so far, they haven't made me, excuse me.
It might be okay like with other food, like on the side, like a handful. I don't think I'm gonna crush a whole bag. This is like maybe a chip you would serve to grandparents.
What does that mean?
More of a bland palate. I don't know.
Okay.
I definitely prefer Ruffles over kettle cooked.
Really?
Yes.
I like the kettle cook because they're nice and crunchy.
They have a nice crunch, but I think I prefer the mouthfeel of a Ruffle better.
For me, Ruffles is like, who are you trying to impress?
No, it just like it coats over the flavor nicely. It just like, I don't know, it adds better body to it than just like a straight chip.
I would definitely go for Ruffles if I'm dipping it in something because it's sturdier and it holds it nicely.
It's the idea of it, I think. The feel of the kettle cook might make the barbecue like feel a little more exciting because like with the Ruffles it feels maybe like a little one note, but the kettle cooked kind of brings like a new spin to it.
Jalapeno?
It tastes like jalapeno, but it tastes like jalapeno with the seeds taken out, like the spicy part. Like at first I didn't even taste it, but then I'm like, oh yeah, that does taste like jalapeno. It's okay. It's a little bit like all dressed, maybe like a more smoky flavor, which is more enjoyable, I think. I would choose this over all dressed for sure.
Probably me too. Oh, interesting. What are you getting?
Tastes kind of like gochujang ketchup. Taco is probably the one I'm most excited to try. I like it. I don't know if I would eat a full bag of it, but
not so much.
It's a fun flavor. I think I would eat a handful for sure. It's maybe like a little bit like if you were to have like a quarter chicken from Swiss Chalet and then dunk it in the special sauce.
Yeah, it reminds me of like a charred chicken skin.
There's like a smokiness to it.
Okay, I actually don't remember how he ends his video, so I need to check real quick.
It's like a general sum up.
Yeah. How many flavors was it? 16? 13? Okay, so that's a wrap for the inner episode. Let me point the camera at our aftermath here. All right, this is the aftermath of what we just went through. I don't think I've ever seen this many open bags of chips in one place, not to mention bags that are all unique and not repeating flavors, but I think that about wraps it up for our inner episode filming. Hannah, anything left unsaid?
I love sour cream and onion chips.
Did you like these ones?
Yes, they were delicious.
Okay, great. We'll see you after editing.
I finally got to do an episode where nothing went wrong. Well, without any further delay, let's take a look at the ProZD trying food episode. Okay, today we're gonna try 13 different flavors of President's Choice potato chips. Over the years, I've seen them have a lot of different interesting flavors, but I haven't tried them in a few years, so I'm excited to fill my face with some chips. All right, first up, loads of creamy dill pickle flavor. Dill pickle's a personal favorite of mine. I love putting it on sandwiches or just eating it with sandwiches. Reminds me of cottage days and sandwiches. Got the ruffle style here. Not always super about that, but I do like a nice crunchy chip, especially folded over ones. Here we go. I'd say that's like a pretty baseline A or A minus. It's great, solid, does the job, but it's not blowing my mind. I wouldn't eat too many of these in a row, but on a nice summer day, paired with a nice sparkling water or a soda or something, really good. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with an 8 minus. It doesn't quite blow the other dill pickle flavors out of the water. I still think like Walmart brand is pretty good in comparison to this. I actually like the ruffles in this case. I don't always, but normally if I'm gonna put some on a sandwich, it's gonna be just the thin kind. So A minus for this one. Next up is one of my wife's personal favorites. We got loads of sour cream and onion. I'll say first off, it doesn't smell like a typical sour cream and onion flavor. Normally the flavor is like very pungent and in your face and I can only take so much of it, but this is a little more subtle. Chip is looking a bit almost dusty. It's interesting. All right, here we go. That is a solid, subtle sour cream and onion flavor. Usually it's just a punch in the face of sour cream, but I think I would be inclined to buy this a little bit more than other brands just because it's not quite as powerful. It's a little just more subtle. It's nice. I'm gonna go with B tier on this one because again, like the previous, it's not blowing my mind, but it's great. It's like an adult's sour cream and onion. Next up, another all-time classic, loads of barbecue flavor. Some barbecue flavors a little bit hit and miss for me. Sometimes there's a little bit too much brown sugar flavor in there, but let's see how this stacks up. Ooh, they're very orange. Wow. Hearty color on that one. Here we go, down the hatch. It's nice and smoky, but I usually like my barbecue chips to be on the thinner side. It's good, it's serviceable. Not the best barbecue I've ever had. I probably wouldn't buy it again, but let's say C+. Now we got loads of ketchup, a classic Canadian flavor. I'm pretty protective about my ketchup chips. I love ketchup chips. I can't eat too many at once because it kind of makes my tongue feel a little bit weird, but let's see if this gives me that same reaction. It's got the classic ketchup aroma, the classic look. Honestly, a little bit disappointing. I know the past couple of chips, I talked about how it was nice that their flavor was a little bit more subtle. This is the opposite. I kind of like a little punch in the face of ketchup, and this is more of like a delicate flick on the nose of ketchup. Not quite what I'm after. I'm gonna say C minus. All right, now we're getting into the flavors that are a little less one note. Here we have all dressed. I think this is another classic Canadian flavor. I don't know if they have this in the US and other places, but we love it here. Okay, now I will say, these are some beautiful looking chips. These are very pleasing to the eye. They're huge too. That like actually looks potato sized. It's nice. It's salty, a little bit vinegary. These are good, not great. I think generally you can't beat the Lay's Ruffles all dressed when it comes to this flavor. It's fine. I would eat the rest of the bag. I probably wouldn't buy it again. I'll give it a B minus. All right, so the first 5 flavors that we tried are the pretty standard flavors in Canada, ones that you can get generally at any grocery store. And so far, they haven't made me want to shell out the extra money to get the PC more expensive bags. They're good, maybe even great, but that much better than the cheap $1 bags? Not so much. But now we're moving into the slightly more specialized flavors, and we're starting with kettle cooked original. I didn't bother getting original of the non-kettle cooked kind because I already know that original is my least favorite chip flavor of all time, which is funny because if you put any bag of chips in front of me, I'll probably enjoy it except original. Got a nice folded over one here, my personal favorite. Let's see. That's pretty good. Nice and salty. As far as original flavors go, This is probably one of the better ones that I had. Normally if I go with original, it's either gonna be specifically to dip it in something, like a nice French onion dip or even chocolate fondue is really, really good. But just to eat by itself, I'd normally buy like a baked version, so it's at least slightly different because I find the classic just a bit boring. Well, kettle cooked, this is not bad. Honestly, I feel like this blows Lay's classic regular out of the water. There's no way I would reach for that over this. And even the cheapo brand, I would definitely buy this over that because regular is just too regular. The flavor isn't just one note. I'd say for what this is trying to do, it's not trying to blow your mind, but for trying to be a regular flavor, I'd say A-, easy. All right, not too far away from original. This is kettle cooked style sea salt and cracked black pepper. Cracked black pepper is one that we had in the house a lot growing up, so I'm used to the flavor. As for kettle cooked, we'll see how it stacks up. Honestly, a bit boring. The pepper flavor isn't as intense as I would maybe like it to. It's maybe just like slightly more interesting than the original, but not by much. Compared to the original flavor, it is slightly better, but compared to other sea salt and cracked black pepper flavors that I've had, it underwhelms. I'm gonna give it a B+, I guess. Back to barbecue, kettle cooked this time. I'm honestly expecting this to taste pretty similar to the other one, but in terms of mouthfeel, we'll see which one's better. It's unexciting. It's kind of like been there, done that. It's nice and crunchy. Barbecue flavor's decent. But like, what is this really giving me that I can't get from other chips? Not much. I'm gonna give this a C. Okay, now we're finally getting somewhere exciting. We got kettle cooked jalapeno. I tend to like spicy stuff. I don't know spicy chips too often. Usually if I reach for something spicy in that aisle, it's jalapeno or Flamin' Hot Cheetos, but I'm excited. Okay, this is maybe one of the most unremarkable chips I've ever eaten. It tastes maybe like 10% jalapeno, 90% regular chip. It's basically not spicy at all. Like, it's fine. It's just barely better than regular, but just barely. But for what this is trying to do, this is like an easy D tier, maybe even D-. All right, after that, I'm really searching for some spicy, and hopefully this next one will give that to me. It's World of Flavors Nashville Hot. Like a Nashville hot chicken sandwich, I guess, or just hot spicy wings. There's some peppers on the cover. This one better be spicy. It smells a little bit spicier. That's a good looking chip. That's got some deeper flavor. Oh, definitely spicier. It's not like crazy spicy, but it's got the tongue tingle that I'm looking for. That's pretty good. Yeah, this is better than most of what we've had so far. It's interesting, slightly exciting. I could probably crush a whole bag, nice and spicy. This is like easy A. I mean, the fact that I can just keep reaching for more is evidence of that. All right, coming off of that spiciness, we got World of Flavors Korean barbecue. Hopefully this doesn't taste too similar to the last one. I don't know if this is gonna taste like gochujang or something like that, but it doesn't really look that unique. It doesn't smell that unique, but I'm hoping it tastes unique. Here we go. Oh, that's definitely unique. Okay, this is interesting. I'm getting almost like a fermented kind of flavor, which would make enough sense to me, but it's certainly unique, but I don't know if it's for me. It's not like, I don't think I could crush the whole bag if I was challenged to. I don't know, it's good. It's not bad. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's pretty middle of the road. I'll give that a B+. For what it's trying to do, it's unique, but maybe not for me. Although I do keep eating more, so there's that. All right, we're in the home stretch. We got 2 more World of Flavors here. This one's pretty self-explanatory. Taco. I don't know if this is gonna taste like a potato chip masquerading as a tortilla chip, but that'd be interesting. Oh, it smells like taco seasoning. So I guess it's just gonna be like potato chips coated with taco seasoning. Maybe. Spicy, not spicy? We'll see. It's fine. I mean, if you came up to me and asked me if I wanted chips dusted with taco seasoning, I'd probably say no. Maybe if I had like some sour cream to dip this in, or guacamole, that would be good. But then at that point, I'd rather just reach for like a tortilla chip. Gonna call this handful worthy, but not bag worthy. Probably like a C+. No, B-, B-. And last, but hopefully not least, we have World of Flavors Filipino adobo chicken flavor. I gotta be honest, I don't even know what to expect with this one. Adobo, I know that's like a chili pepper or like the sauce that some chili peppers are in, but I'm not expecting it to be spicy because it says it's mild on it, so it's gonna taste like chicken, I guess, but Filipino chicken. Well, let's see. Oh, it's an interesting color. They're like They look almost gray in the bag. I know they're yellow on camera, but in the bag, almost looks gray, like a graveyard. This is the graveyard of chips. All right, down the hatch. Maybe it does taste like chicken. That is actually pretty good. I think the picture on the front of the bag gets you in the right mood for what this is gonna be. It's sort of like a charred chicken skin taste, I guess. I think I would probably eat the whole bag on this one. It's exciting, it's unique, nice texture. I'm gonna give this B+, no, A-. It's not a taste that I would easily be able to describe to someone and recommend it, but once you have it in your mouth, it's pretty good. Yeah, A- for that one. And that's it. Okay, so that was 13 different flavors of President's Choice chips. Most of them were kind of forgettable. The ones that I think I was most excited for and interested in was the World of Flavor ones, and those ones, for the most part, didn't disappoint. 2 of them were probably my 2 favorite out of all of them. The kettle cooked ones had really nice texture. I probably preferred that over the Ruffles. The classic flavors, PC, you're not doing much that the other companies aren't already doing. Maybe find a way to put a spin on it and make it your own, but for now, I'm gonna stick with the cheapo brand. Most disappointing was probably the jalapeno one based on how much I wanted out of it and how little it gave me. Most impressive, probably the Nashville Hot. I would buy that again and eat the whole bag in one sitting, probably. Okay, that's about it. Thanks for joining me. Now I gotta find a way to dispose of 13 bags of chips without eating them all in one weekend. We'll see. All right, well that was fun, and it was nice to get my wife in for one of these episodes. I think I'm gonna do that more often, as long as it's cool with you.
Yeah, it's cool with me.
I guess if I learned anything, it's that it's hard to get good audio with rustling, crinkling bags of chips, but I mean, I didn't exactly need to do this to figure that out. In terms of the time that this took, this has probably been the fastest episode of Video Breakdown so far. I mean, it's like 5 p.m. now. I think we started buying stuff at like 2, so it took less than 3 hours altogether. That's pretty good. I think the filming specifically took maybe 30 to 45 minutes, which is right around where I thought it was gonna be. I didn't think it would take more than an hour, but I didn't think it would be quicker than 30 minutes. So that was about what I expected. And for the cost of everything, well, buying $44 worth of sliced potatoes definitely isn't an average expenditure, but I think for the experience, it was worth it. Hopefully all of you out there found it entertaining at the very least, then it'll be worth $44 to me. But yeah, now the question is, how do we get rid of 13 bags of chips? Do we eat it very slowly ourselves? Do we give it away? I mean, how long is an appropriate amount of time to make it through these? Is it like 2 bags per weekend? 1 bag per weekend? Actually, you know what? I'm looking at it and one of those bags expires in 2 days. That's kind of weird. Anyway, they'll probably end up being given away or at the very least shared, so I'm just trying to avoid us 2 pigging out on them for the next few days. And now for the difficulty rating. I'll be honest, it's gonna be a 1 this time, which I was looking forward to. I wanted a bit of a simpler episode, one that was a bit more fun, took some of the videography pressure off of me. It was not particularly difficult to just sit in front of a camera, not move the camera at all, and eat chips for like 45 minutes. Certainly 10 times less complicated than installing a new screen in a video game console. But hey, Sungwon produces a wide range of content, so it's not like this is the only thing that he's doing, and I respect that. Speaking of which, if you haven't seen Sungwon's videos, definitely go check out ProZD on YouTube and feel free to subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like and subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. And Sungwon, if you see this, I hope you enjoyed it. Your videos just seem like a lot of fun and I wanted to step into your shoes for a little bit. Also, drop a comment down below to let me know what content creator you think I should cover in the future. That's all we've got in the docket for this episode of Video Breakdown. Thanks so much for watching, and please, go make somebody smile today.